Here now is your starting lineup. In the front row, Tony Elliott and Tracy Hines. In row 2 on the inside, it's Ryan Newman. Outside, Kasey Kahne. The fast qualifiers occupy row 3. Tony Alve and your fast man, Dave Steele. In the 4th row, it's Derek Davidson and J.J. Yaley. In row 5 on the inside, two-time champion Brian Tyler and youngster Billy Peterball Jr. In the 6th row, it's Eric Gordon and Brad Armstrong. In row 7, Jason McCord, who won this race 2 years ago, and his cousin, Brandon Petty, in row 7. The 8th row, Robbie Rice and Steve Cerniak. In row 9, it's Jonathan Bennett and Ricky Shelton. In the 10th row, Jack Hewitt, Todd Kahne, and Roe 11. There's Dave Darwin and Jeff Bloom, a 6-time winner. And Tony got a good jump.
Hines didn't give it to him, though. Stayed on the outside. Finally had to give in and fall in behind him going through 1.
And almost bumped him coming off the corner. And here comes Ryan. Look at the sparks flying off the right rear of Hines' car. Elliott got a good jump.
Hines has got that thing very low to the ground, trying to get that traction off of the corner. And when he does, that's why it's scraping bottom a little bit.
There's Tony Alve, the black number 3, running back there in the 5th position. There's a look at 3rd and 4th. 3rd is Newman.
Kasey Kahne running in 4th. Now we're on board with Eric Gordon.
Right behind Brian Tyler in the blue 73. That's the car that won the last outing we televised from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
And you can see as you run into the corner, it's easy to run up onto a guy, but once you get up on him, it's hard to find a place to go. See, there's not enough room down to the bottom. You can't get your wheel below that white line. If you do, it's going to upset the race car because there's no banking down there.
Here you only had 50 laps to get the job done. Larry, you drove that 500 lapper. How many laps do you drive into the race before you really start to compete?
Well, you start getting into traffic in that race in about 30 or 40 laps. And in this race, I think you're going to start lapping guys at about the 15 or 20 lap mark.
You're riding along in 10th position right now, so you're looking at 9th. You're riding in 10th. I think that's J.J. Yaley, the yellow flag, because we had Tony Alve spin right in front of these guys.
Tony Alve spun, brought out the yellow flag, so he kept the car going, kept it under throttle.
Right, we should have the green flag this time as we go racing on lap 27. Let's see what Ryan Newman can do with Tracy.
Well, both of them got a very good start. They both did exactly what they were supposed to do, and neither one could advance. Kasey Kahne going to the outside of Tony Elliott. Could not make that pass stick, but on the inside of him is David Steele, so he doesn't want to get out there too far. Now they're going to go down. Yeah, you can see that wiggle.
Slides high. There's J.J. Yaley in that powder blue car, and that's the green and white car of Eric Gordon.
When Elliott made that little wiggle on the outside, he had to get out of the throttle, and that let Kahne just sneak by on the inside.
Right along with Gordon back in the 8th position. J.J. Yaley out in front of him, and Derek Davidson in the yellow number 9 in front of Yaley.
And you can see those guys. Davidson's moving up just a little bit to see if there's anything out there. Any way he can use that outside groove to make the pass. When he finds out there's nothing out there, he pulls right back to the inside.
Well, now 19 laps complete.
Now then Eric Gordon goes to the outside, real far on the outside. Couldn't make it work, though. Couldn't get around. J.J.
Yellow flag is out. We have a car. Is that Cerniak?
That's Steve Cerniak
in the 1 car.
Eric Gordon
to a stop, and I think he may have slowed
right there. He drove way down to the inside of the racetrack. He's protecting that inside. His race car is not working very well, but he says, if you guys want to go around me, you're going to have to go the long way.
And that's Dave Steele, the fast qualifier behind him.
Oh, Dave Steele.
Contact right there.
Dave Steele made a lot of contact right there. But got out of the throttle in time not to spin him out, which is what he tried not to.
Jeff Walker's going to buy a new rear bumper for that car when this race is over. It's getting beat on first of all by the 19 car of Tracy Hines, now by Dave Steele.
Yeah, there have been a few cars on the back end of it, but that race car is just not quite set up exactly right. There you can see Eric Gordon now trying to make some sort of a move on J.J. Yaley. He's been high, he's been low, he's been just about everywhere. Cannot make the move.
Cars have pulled off as we watch this action.
Yeah, it's Todd Kahne and McCord. Both of them pulled to the infield, so a lot of attrition here tonight.
Riding back there in 8th position again with Eric Gordon now on lap 37.
Right there, you see.
Takes a look to the inside.
You just didn't get up far enough. You've got to have that right front almost up to the cockpit. That guy's got to see you up there. If he doesn't see you, then he's going to chop you off, and it's going to cause you both to spin. So you got to be up far. Oh, right there. Newman made a little bit of contact with Tracy Hines.
Took a chunk out of Hines' rear bumper there.
And Kasey Kahne's right on their rear bumper. He's right in the middle of things here as those 3 cars
was out on him. Kahne had a look to the inside. Now keep in mind, when these two guys ran at Winchester, Newman had the race won earlier this year, had an engine go sour, and Tracy Hines took the victory.
Well, right now, it looks like both Kahne and Newman are a little bit faster than Tracy Hines, and they're all over his back bumper with only 10 laps to go.
But last lap, Kasey Kahne was again faster than Tracy Hines or Ryan Newman. In fact, again, he ran a lap under the track record.
Now that he gets to the inside, is Newman going to let him have it? No, he drops down to the inside. Now that Newman's going to smoke down to the inside.
Oh, he made it. He made the pass.
The lap traffic. Hines got out of the throttle just momentarily, and the lap traffic gave Newman the opportunity to take the lead.
Oh, now he's getting shoved into the first turn by Tracy.
Tracy's not happy. Now then Newman goes to the outside of Ricky Shelton and got around him.
Well, you heard him say they really had this car dialed in, set up. He liked the way it was handling, and he well could be on his way to his first feature win of the year on lap 45.
And Tracy Hines, his race car has gotten loose, much like Tony Elliott's has gotten very loose here in the last couple of laps. And now then Kasey Kahne gets down to the inside of him, but Hines hangs on. Oh, contact!
And he's spinning around.
Oh boy, will he be hot. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, right to the camera. Advantage over Dave Steele right now as the white flag will fly this time by.
Oh, now he gets to the inside.
So can Ryan hang on for one more lap and pick up his first victory of the year?
Kasey Kahne moved to the outside. He'll do the same this time. See if he can get in there hard enough. He got a little bit sideways.
Oh, and he almost brushed the wall, but the victory goes to Ryan Newman.
I thought he might be squeezing him up into that wall. Kasey Kahne got out of the throttle, though, and let him go ahead and take the checkered flag. Wow.
So Ryan Newman, who won 12 times last year in midgets, sprints, and twice in the Silver Bullet Series on his way to that title, picks up his first win of 2000. Well, so we'll try to get a word in before we have to leave the airwaves this evening. Kasey Kahne, boy, gave it a shot.
He certainly did. He was all over the back of Ryan Newman. Newman normally very quick near the end of the race, but Kasey Kahne was just a little bit quicker when it came time to get down to those last few laps.
Tip your hat to Kasey's crew to put the front end back under that race car.
Well, that's right. They got the race car very close. Obviously, the brakes worked very well, but I imagine that Mr. Hines will not think he did quite as good a job as a lot of us up here are talking about right now.
Well, Ryan climbs out. Amy is there and says, hurry up and get those gloves and that helmet off so we can talk to you here. Amy?
Amazingly, with the talent of Ryan Newman, this is your second USAC Sprint Car feature win, and what an awesome race. You really held off Kasey Kahne there at the end. Great job.
Thank you. I got to thank Johnny Vance and Wins. Thought they were helping us. We wouldn't be able to do this. And, you know, Kasey ran me clean there the last couple laps, and that was great because he could have taken advantage of a little bumper banging there for a little bit. But just an awesome night. We had to use a lot of patience to get through traffic and to get up to the lead. And once again, I got to thank Johnny Vance and everybody else and Hoosier. And, you know, tires are great. 50 laps here at the Little Anderson racetrack's pretty tough, and they held up tonight.
All right, smile, buddy. You deserve it. Good job.
So once again, his first win of the season. We'll take a look at the top 10 of Newman, Kahne, Steele, Gordon, and Yaley in the top 5. And in the second 5, 6th through 10th. Wait for that to come up. Brian Tyler, Brandon Petty, Jonathan Bennett, Tracy Hines came back to finish 9th, and Billy Peterball rounding out the top 10. Well, we'll take a look now at what's coming up on Thunder. Sunday, June the 4th, the Hawkeye 100 from the Knoxville Raceway at 9:30 Eastern Time. On Friday, June 30th, it's the MCI WorldCom National Midget Series live from right back here at Anderson. So that will wrap it up. Our congratulations to Ryan Newman and Johnny Vance. They bring home the victory. For Larry Rice and Amy East, I'm Gary Lee. Thanks for joining us. That will wrap it up from Anderson. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network, go.com. So that wraps it up. Thanks for joining us. So long from the Anderson Speedway.